How you doing, everybody? We're just doing an open live. No specific topic today. Just sitting in the backyard enjoying Sunday. And my pops is getting ready to come over here pretty soon. Got my woman over here and hanging out too. We just got back from Kellogg Beach in Crescent City, California. So she got herself a bunch of rocks and hopefully some good agates that she's polishing right now and getting them all pretty and shit. So that's what we're doing, just hanging out, enjoying our day. What's up, Shades? I'm doing good, big dog. How are you? What's up with you? I'm just hanging out in my backyard right now, man. No specific topic today. We're just open discussion. The hell you been up to? Just hanging out back with my woman right now. Getting over letting my stitches heal. All right. What'd you have stitches on? Oh, you know what? I think I might know. I remember you saying something about taking a tumble, stepping on some, I don't know, laundry detergent or some shit like that. Took a tumble, fucked yourself up. I hope you're doing better, though. You're a cool dude. I like you. Cooking oil, that's what it was. Yeah, stepped on some cooking oil. Honey, this dude the other day, he goes by the name of Shades of Clarity. He was talking about the other day, he slipped and fell on some cooking oil, I think it was, and jacked himself up pretty good. So he was thinking he wanted to go get something to drink for the pain, you know. And he decided not to. And he ended up winning $1,000 on some, I think it was some, you know, one of those, what the hell was it, Shades? Where'd you win that $1,000? Yeah, he says he went through a china cabinet. Yeah, he slipped, fell, went through a china cabinet. That's what it was. But yeah, he ended up winning $1,000 that day. And he didn't drink. He decided not to. He thugged it out. He was a man about his. Yeah. So, now that was a cool story, Shades. I hope that a lot of people see that. I thought that was pretty good. I just got back from the beach right now. Scratch off a lottery ticket. That's right. Yeah, it was a scratch it lottery ticket, $1,000. Last time I ever won anything on a scratch it ticket was when I was like 18 years old. I got the last ticket in the damn machine. I won $50. I've never won anything other than dollar cents. Maybe $5, but I'm not much of a gambler. I was more gambling with my life when I was drinking. That was more my thing. I don't gamble with nothing these days. I don't think so anyway. Well, I'm glad your stitches are healing, man. I'm glad you won $1,000 too. And that you didn't drink. That was good shit. It's too beautiful today. The odds were 1 in 23,202. I wonder what the odds were of slipping and falling that day and being tempted to drink and then getting rewarded with $1,000, man. Who knows if it was a reward, but I like to look at it that way, you know. What better way to look at it anyways? And why would we want to look at it any other way? Homeboy got $1,000 for being obedient. That's how you do it. I got obedient and got me a fantastic woman and a brand new life is what I got. I'm gonna keep a hold of this shit. It was a weird scene. Yeah, it sounded like it, man. Yeah, I enjoyed the story. Uh, Anybody who doesn't know Shades of Clarity, if you don't know Shades of Clarity, go check out his channel, man. He's a good storyteller, real chill guy. Not aggressive like I am at times. It doesn't seem like it, anyways, you know. But I like Shades. He's a good dude. Are you in AA? No, I'm not in AA. I'm certainly not against it. I was going to AA when I first quit drinking, and I got a whole lot out of it. I realized that I wasn't making time for it, so that's one of the reasons why I've put so much dedication into this channel. I had, you might not know this about me, but before I started getting serious about, not drinking and things like that, I saw myself a couple times on a live being drunk, and I was pretty disgusted with myself. And so, with that and a few other things in my life paired together, I decided, to get myself straight and not be on here looking like a fool. So I started going to AA at first. I got a whole lot out of it. And I actually have been meaning to go make a meeting. But I decided because I wasn't making the time for it and I was at home, I could just get creative and get a group going here and surround myself with solid people as best I can, At least I can show my accountability here. How about yourself, Shades? Are you in AA? And anybody who's in AA or has an opinion about it, I would love to hear it. The whole point of this channel is just to really build connection. Iron sharpens iron. That's one of my favorite quotes. And that's basically the premise of this whole thing. It's just bouncing ideas off of each other, being grateful for our lives and things like that, and talking about it. Being open about the past and things like that too. Shade says, what state are you in? I'm in Oregon. I'm in Southern Oregon. I live in a little town called Brookings, Oregon, right on the 101, right on the West Coast. I live in the last little town that you go down the 101 going towards California before you get to California. Very easy to find. If some people were going down the 101 to California, they'd have to go through my little town. I'm actually hoping to meet people this way. I'm hoping to get together with some people and, get together, have lunch or some shit sometime, or work out, just bullshit, really get to know people. What about yourself, Shades? Where are you at? Where are any of you guys at? Where are you guys coming from? What you doing, Latte? Come here, boy. Come here, my boy. Yes, my boy. Yeah, I would be normally working out right now. Coastal North Carolina, right on. Right on. I was gonna be in, what was it? It was when I was 18. I was in the Army. I was in infantry. And I was supposed to go in the honor guard. And I'm trying to remember where I was supposed to be stationed at. Man, it was in North Carolina, man. That's bugging me now because I was really proud of that. There's Latte. This cat's always creeping around every single video I do, every live that I do. He's always creeping around. Man, why is that? I cannot remember the name of that damn station. Where the fuck? Nah, it's in North Carolina. Shit. He says Shade lives next to MCAS Cherry Point. Man, what the fuck is that? That's really gonna bother me. I don't know why it is when you try to think about something you can't freaking remember it. If I just let it go, it'll come to me. I was always really proud of that too. Um, I fucked that up when I was like 18, anyways, when I was in the army. But it's because I like to do whatever I wanted to do. But that would have been a good setup for life right there. I went in the army when I was 17, and had my head on straight. Well, you know, I had my head on straight actually. The reason why I didn't continue with the army is because my dad back home, that's what it was. He was making some bad decisions. So, anyways. Camp Lejeune, no, not Camp Lejeune. All right, I'm gonna just have to let it go. It'll come to me. Man, that is bugging me. North Carolina. Man, it's where everybody does the motherfucking honor guard. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I gotta let that go. That's gonna ruin my whole damn life trying to think about what the hell that was. But yeah, man. Even in thinking about that, you know, because I like to bring it back to no, not Fort Bragg either. I'm about to have to pause this live stream and look it up. Jeez. Anyway. Just another one of those things, though, you know. Don't drink, don't use drugs, you guys. I mean, I didn't use drugs, by the way, other than smoking some weed, but, you know, I wish my memory could be a little bit better. Especially on times like this when something so simple that I was actually pretty proud about I can't think of. But anyway, I got to let that go. I got to let it go. What are you guys up to? How is your day going? How's your Sunday going? What are you guys doing to take care of yourselves today? What are you doing for fun? What are you doing to appreciate your life, you know? And the people that you got around you. What's up, baby? She's having a seizure right now? Our puppy has seizures. I figured you were a veteran. You still have a bit of that military bearing. Yeah, I'll always carry myself a certain way. Strength and honor. Strength and honor. That's the two things that always go through my head every morning. That's what we used to always say every single day. When I was in boot camp in Fort Benning in Georgia, if you guys remember that movie Black Hawk Down, there were, if I remember correctly, I think that there were 3 dudes that in the Black Hawk that got pinned down. I think, and one of them was Captain Smith. That was actually our commanding officer. That guy was no joke. I mean, he was the most intimidating guy in the world. He just walked past you, you know, and just like drop, and you just drop and do push-ups. That guy was so fucking scary. I remember one time when we were on the bus, coming off of the bus, and someone had yelled "West," and I thought it was one of my buddies or something. So I said, "What?" And all of a sudden it got quiet, and then Captain Smith stands up and he's like, "What? What punk? What friend? What buddy?" I just learned real quickly, you know, before I open my mouth to speak with purpose. Yeah, he was Delta. This guy was Delta. He was Special Forces. He was a Ranger. He was everything. I shouldn't say everything. I'm not trying to overbrag the guy, but it's like anything that you can think of like when you think of the stereotypical American, you know, soldier. This dude was just that. It was just Captain America, man. That's really what it reminded me of, just Captain America. Captain Smith, man, if you ever hear this, I know that you won't. You're the scariest guy I ever met in my entire life. And I'm glad I met you when I was 17. I went into the Army when I was 17 years old, man. I had to get both parents' signature and everything. I wish I would have done more with that. I really do. Yeah, I was actually going to be my intention was actually to become a police officer. Hey, Dad, if you want to come over here and hang out, you could take that stuff off of that chair and use that chair if you want. My pops just got here, you guys. I just thought I'd sit over here in the shade where it wasn't so damn hot.
Yeah.
I'd like to be working out right now, but I ain't gonna be over there. Fuck it. You'd be trying to even just have your camera set up just to record, and the screen protector on your phone will start bubbling out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, these things have screen protectors here, and like this thing, I can peel it back.
Yeah.
And if it's in direct sunlight for too long, this whole screen protector will start bubbling out. This is my pops, by the way.
Hey everybody.
And you said you're 6'6". Yep, 6'6". Not short like this guy here. You know, he used to be 6 foot tall at one point in time, and then he fucked around and got old, and now he's, what are you, like 5'10"? 5'8"? Oh, maybe he was never 6 foot. I don't know how you lose that many inches.
11 and a half.
What?
5'11".
5'11" and a half you were?
Yeah.
Jeez, though. I didn't know a person could really lose that much height, man. That's fucking nuts. I should probably set the
And he always been bald headed, not known for hair.
Yeah, I never liked having hair. My pops wanted me to have long hair like him.
I was willing to shave my head.
Yeah, he says he was willing to shave his head if I'll grow my hair out, which I have no interest in. But it's kind of funny because when he was a kid, his pops was Marines, and wanted him to have, you know, the high and tight and all that kind of. So of course he grew the hair out because he went through the hippie times and shit like that. And then he wanted me to have long hair, so I had to make sure I shave it off. You know, you don't look that tall in your vids. You look tall sitting down. Oh yeah, yeah. I never really even think about that actually. How tall I look in my videos. I wonder how I can make myself look shorter. Make myself look even shorter. Yeah, 6'6", man. My mother used to be in love with the milkman. So when my dad would go to work, trying to make a living for his kids and his wife and stuff like. No, he's joking. My mother is the best person in the world. That never ever happened. My mother is a saint. No, my pops has always been one of my best friends, though. You know, we've always been able to bullshit like the way that we do. We actually used to drink together, all that kind of stuff. We got sober pretty much around the same time for good. You know, I continued a little more after him, but I didn't do as much of the heavy shit that I used to when I moved over here to Oregon.
But I've always smoked weed and you haven't.
No, yeah, you've always smoked weed. I haven't always. I do enjoy smoking. That's one thing I like to be open and honest with people, because I don't want anybody to think that this is a sobriety channel. You know, this is me. I quit drinking alcohol, and I wanted to share that, and I wanted to encourage people to do the same thing. I think alcohol is the devil, man, along with the hard drugs and things like that. And I would never promote anybody. I would never say, hey, you should start smoking weed or anything like that. Especially if you've never done it. If you've never done something, you can't miss it. I wish that I had never tried alcohol. I could say that I had a whole lot of great times and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I would be okay with trading those great times for a life of clarity and, not having so many confusing arguments with people or just confusion all around all the fucking time. It would have been nice to not have to apologize for the things that I ever said or that I forgot that I said. That's why I'm so grateful for my life and stuff now, and why I do what I do, because I'm just happy. So Shade says, hey, I got to go. I'm doing my live. I need to check my equipment. I don't like weed too much, paranoia. Oh yeah, for sure. That's one thing. And by the way, thanks for stopping in. I know you got to get going. It's absolute pleasure having you, Shades. Utmost respect, and you're one of the pillars I see out here, trying to set a good example, and also just being yourself. So thank you for being here, big dog. I'll go out to check out your live, and if you're still on when I get done with mine, I'll certainly would like to stop in and say hey to everybody. But shout out to you, Shades. But yeah, no, I'm just grateful for my life. I'm grateful for this live, but I'm grateful for my life, and I just want to spend the rest of my life just showing my appreciation and showing what the other side of what it looks like when someone basically retakes back control of their life and stops living according to their feelings and shit like that, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, big dog, appreciate that. Yeah. And you guys, I think, are about 4 hours ahead of us. Is the East Coast 4 hours ahead of us, right, Pop? 3 hours? Okay, 3 hours ahead of us. Okay,
Where's
cool.
he at?
North Carolina.
Oh, 2.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for sure, big dog. I appreciate that. All right, then. Well, listen, you guys, I just wanted to come on here and say a quick hi and everything. Quick, just check in with you, see how you're all doing, and I hope you're doing well. Okay. For any of you guys that might be watching this on the replay, who weren't here with us live, just let me know how you've been doing. This is just a check-in, okay? What you've been doing to honor yourself? What have you been doing to grow? What's something that you're proud of? What's a win? What's a win in your life that you had today? I would like to hear it. I just want to, let's just keep this momentum going. And, if you guys have anything too that you might want to, you just got something on your mind you really gotta speak on, go ahead and speak on it, and then maybe we can talk about it some more. Anyways, have a great rest of your day on purpose. Okay, God bless you. I'm out of here.